Just ask yourself, can we really afford not to do it? Please convey this to Dame Alex.
Look, I'm telling you, there's no way she'd agree.
You seem to be having fun. Mind if I join in on the pleasantries?
Huh? Dame Alex?
We can explain everything.
Don't trouble yourself, chickadee. I'll hear it from him directly.
I want to hold a tech summit with Colony 30.
Continue?
I know you're reluctant. But now that we've been released from the flame clock, and the wall between Kevis and Agnes has crumbled, now's the perfect time to institute a tech exchange. If it's successful, it could even lead to stronger, more lasting peace.
You had problems with Colony 30 in the past?
We fought against them before, just once. But they absolutely wiped the floor with us. Never before or since has Dame Alex misread an enemy to that degree. The bitter aftertaste from that event has lingered for years, giving us all headaches.
Who's bitter at whom now? It doesn't sound half bad. Let's have a technology summit.
Really?
Dame Alex?
Kevis's Colony 30 stands at the forefront of technology. This is not a problem in the slightest. Truly, not even a speck of one.
Now we've done it.
Chickadee, contact Colony 30. Tell them I'm coming.
Yes, understood.
Gambert, we will rendezvous there. I'll bring results home, you'll see.
Of course, Mom. I'll depart on the double.
They've definitely got skills there, but this is Valdi we're talking about. I don't think you need to get so worked up.
Suppose I told you that Colony 30 was currently struggling with an urgent water shortage. What would you imagine?
Huh? Oh, I don't know. Burst water mains or something?
Or their spring dried up?
Incorrect. The right answer was big cleaning project at the colony.
Oh, you have got to be joking.
Regrettably, I am not. It really happened.
That does kind of sound like Valdi, though, huh?
There are also many Nopon living there. They tend to follow their own unique rules.
Precisely. They are unique, and therefore worth studying in greater depth. Knowing your opponent and preparing accordingly, that is the foundation of any battle.
Do you still consider Colony 30 your enemy then, Alexandria?
This isn't about enemies or allies. All I'm saying is that the side that gets careless loses.
So your strategy is outright distrust, then?
What are you trying to say?
Hurt others first to avoid being hurt yourself. Do you think that's logical?
It's a matter of opinion.
And you're entitled to that. Say what you will, but they've got a good colony over there. Ah, right. If you don't mind, could we attend this technology summit of yours? We could help introduce you and Valdi, too.
Yes. I dare say with you by my side, they may be less guarded than otherwise. I suppose I may require your assistance.
Alright, Inescapable Past. Looks like we're gonna have a little bit of a tech summit over with Colony 30. Okay, let's do that then. So we'll go hang out with Valdi, and we'll get Alexandria stronger, and it'll be great. Does it now? Alright, so we're going to Colony 30. Oh, and I guess we've got like a new quest available at Colony 30. Is this gonna have to be about making Dork stronger again? The Levinus thingamabob? Hello! We're here for the tech summit.
Whoa. Whoa! This is all just so over the top.
Yes, though mainly your reaction.
Ah! Welcome, welcome. I've been waiting.
Hey, pal. How you doing?
Not too shabby, I suppose.
Riku, Chief, Manana.
Friend Valdi! Manana missed friend!
No need to be shy, Chief.
I envy you your energy levels, bud.
It has been a while. I'm glad to see you in high spirits.
Thank you. And yes, I'm pretty good. Who's this?
She's the commander from Colony Iota. You got the message, right?
Oh, you're Anti-Exandria. Thanks for reaching out.
It's Alexandria, actually. It would honor me greatly if you'd remember.
Alexandria. A pleasure to meet you. I'm the commander of Colony 30, Valdi. This will be my first technology summit. I'm really excited about this.
I myself, not so much.
Hey now.
Really? You don't like Levnesses?
I don't, especially yours.
I see. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Then I hope that by the end of the day, you'll have learned to love them just as much as I do.
Your credit to your colony, Commander. But don't you think you should be on your guard even a little?
Why would I? We have no reason to fight.
You might be the only one who thinks that.
Obviously not. If I was, the others wouldn't have brought you.
You trust them, don't you?
Just as you do. Right, Alexandria?
Yes, of course.
All right then. Let me show you around. There's lots of stuff on the ground, so you'll have to watch your step. I have nothing to hide from friends, but feel free to look around.
Oh, so that's how they're doing.
Oh, so that's how they're doing. So I guess we're gonna look around? I'd be down for there being a Xenoblade Chronicles collection like one day. A trilogy thing where Bob on the Switch. That'd be pretty awesome.
I love it. Everywhere I turn, there's hard-working Noppon.
Oh, they're not working. They're just doing their own thing. They snooze when they're sleepy and eat when they're hungry. Sometimes they just wander off.
Still, they look quite busy. What might they be making?
So just listen to this. I've been thinking about it a while. We're looking into constructing a smaller, stronger Leibniz, focusing on 3 pillars: durability, serviceability, and ease of use. Actually, the whole premise of our work, like fixing things, might need rethinking. If you put too many features on one Leibniz, then you need more time and parts, and it ends up costly and hard. Not to mention the handling, so to get out of the cycle.
All right, calm down now.
Huh? But I was calm.
I like this guy already. This new model's design is really very interesting.
Thank you. I'm happy you think so. Oh, hey, do you want to work with us? We've just been looking for team members for Project Bingo.
Bingo?
It's what I'm calling this new model. I was thinking about it, and when I figured it out, it was like, bingo. So we named it that.
Sounds great. I spend lots of time thinking about stuff too. So I'd love some hands-on experience to really improve and...
Gumbert?
By which, of course, I mean... Do you have any units in a state closer to completion?
Sure I do. I just made friends with one such unit recently, in fact.
What do you mean, friends?
I'll introduce you. She's in the hangar over there.
Let me guess. The friend's gonna be like 11th there. But yeah, the Xenoblade has been around for, you know, a decent while, since like 2010 there. Did it originally come out in 2009 in Japan? No, it was 2010 in Japan. Then I think 2011 in Europe, and then 2012 in like NA, I think? Maybe? I don't quite remember. But yeah, first title, Wii. Bam! Xenoblade Chronicles on the Nintendo Wii. And then it came to the 3DS in, I think, like 2014. Yeah, 2014, I think. Something like that. Because Shulk got announced in Smash Bros. Nobody knew what Xenoblade Chronicles was when it first came out, because it wasn't supposed to come to the West at all. It was going to be a Japan exclusive title. But there was some sort of petition thingamabob going on online with centered around 4 games. Xenoblade Chronicles was one of them. I forget what the other 3 were, but it was a bunch of games in general. It was basically this big petition online that was going on, being like, hey, what the hell, Japan? What's with all these games that are being like exclusive released there? We want to play these video games as well. So there was a bunch of people online that were vying for games like that to be brought to the West. And eventually Nintendo was like, okay, we'll bring Xenoblade Chronicles to the West, but we'll only release it exclusively through GameStop and with limited copies, and basically do like almost no advertising for it. So, you know, unless you knew that it was coming out ahead of the time or were aware of this petition, that was basically the only way that you were gonna find out that like Xenoblade Chronicles was a thing that existed. Like, it was never meant to get a Western release. They only ever released it in the West because they were like, fine, I guess. Yeah, I mean, there was because there weren't many games for the Wii, so like the Wii had like some of the most games ever there. I assume that that's sarcasm there, right? Or are you just saying that there weren't like many games of that type for the Wii, maybe? Because that I could see, at least. But there were definitely a lot of games for the Wii there. At the time. Was it not at the time? Yeah, Nintendo's really weird there. But after that happened, they decided to add Shulk to Smash Bros, the protagonist of Xenoblade Chronicles 1. And so when the trailer dropped for Smash 4, like, my goodness, that banging's loud. So when that one trailer dropped for Smash 4, revealing Shulk as a new character after he backslash Bowser, everybody, including myself, was like, who is this Shulk guy? Like, what's he all about? Who is he? And then Nintendo was like, oh, well, since he's in Smash Bros and now people are intrigued, maybe now we can try to get the game out there. So they made a port for the new 3DS, and that was how I first played it, was Xenoblade Chronicles 3D, where the graphics are technically like a little bit worse than the Wii version, but the upside was it was handheld. You could play Xenoblade Chronicles on the go. It was a new 3DS exclusive. You couldn't play it on the base 3DS because freaking, Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii was one of the largest games ever made for the Wii. The fact that they could get it going on the 3DS at all was like hella impressive. So I first played it on the 3DS, but then later got the Wii version. Evidently, this is actually a sealed copy here, by the way, is the thing that I just kind of keep on my shelf. I'll put back here for now. And I did play the Wii version, though, as like a downloadable title on my Wii U. So I have played the 3DS version, I have played the Wii version, and I played the Switch version. And without a doubt, the Switch version is the best. Like, the 3DS version is just a slightly worse version of the Wii version. The one better side being that you can play it on your 3DS. But the Switch version has graphics that, are put in the Xenoblade 2 more anime style of like this. If you look back at the original Wii graphics for Xenoblade Chronicles, it's kind of grody, it's kind of very much of the time. Like, they're not super ugly per se, but when you compare that to Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, the remaster now, it's like, okay, I never want to go back to the original ever again. Like, it's just so much better is the case. So I don't think I'd ever recommend Xenoblade 1 on the Wii or the 3DS. I think I'd only ever be able to like recommend the Switch version nowadays. It's just so much better. It looks more like this kind of art style as opposed to the weird thing that it looked like there. Yeah, I'm honestly impressed that they were able to get it going on the 3DS. Let me find a trailer for like the 3DS version. Let's see here. Xenoblade Chronicles 3D trailer, because this is how I got introduced to Xenoblade Chronicles. Let's see here. Nintendo 3DS Xenoblade Chronicles 3D trailer. Look at this. Hold on. Display capture 2 here. So this was how I first played Xenoblade Chronicles. It didn't look the best, but I played it on my 3DS, and I had a lot of fun. The Monado, the Divine Sword, yada yada, do the thing. So this is what it looked like on that. So, it didn't exactly, graphically, it didn't look super great, but for the 3DS, it was freaking amazing,
Peaceful.
So this is what the characters look like in the Wii version, just like slightly downscaled a little bit so the 3DS can handle it.
Shulk.
So, even though it was a new 3DS exclusive rather than something that you could put on like the regular 3DS, for a 3DS title, it looked freaking fantastic. So like I didn't have that many complaints with the graphics on the 3DS. But, after playing the Switch version, it's like, okay, that's the way to go. But yeah, honestly, impressive for getting this going on the new 3DS. One of the largest games ever made for the Wii. So good on them for making that there. For comparison, let's see here. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition trailer. Let's show what the Switch version looks like. The version that looks a whole lot better. So, you know, while the 3DS version is gonna look good for being the 3DS,
it's been a long time.
This is gonna be the better version. I'm just gonna skip ahead a little bit past this thingamabob where he's talking about having that dream. Xenoblade Definitive Edition is like, yeah, that's the way to play. So, you know, the completely redone models there to be in the more anime style employed by Xenoblade 2 and 3. And I feel like it pops way more. I feel like in the original 3DS and Wii versions, all the textures for the characters and the environments kind of blended together and meshed in a way. But I feel like in the Switch version, with this new style, it really helped the characters actually pop out from the backgrounds a lot more, you know, is what it very much helped with here. So yeah, Switch version is the way to play. In my personal opinion there. Yeah, so much better. But yeah, as a 3DS game, I thought it looked fantastic playing it on the 3DS, but now there's a better option. It's like, yeah, Switch version's the way to go, without a doubt, you know. But yeah, there's that. Also, I just got a weird sense of deja vu. I feel like I've been here talking about something in this, like, instance before. Maybe it's because we have had like discussions like this here in Colony 30, I don't know, but I just got like deja vu there. But yeah, let's just see here. Basically the same for Earthbound, where it's like it wasn't even planned to be released in the West and nobody really, you know, is super duper familiar with it. I feel like a lot of people are familiar with, you know, that Earthbound's a game nowadays, at least Smash players. But yeah, there's that. Let's see here. And Shulk, because you're Smash man, you had no idea where he was from. Yeah, that's good old Xenoblade Chronicles. Is that there? And the Monado arts that used in Smash are based off of the Monado arts that give you like different augments in the game there. So in Xenoblade Chronicles games, you typically will have like arts that you assign and a talent art. Like, let's see here. If I go to arts here, so for example, these are like my 3 regular arts here, and then this is my talent art that I can use when it's charged up enough. Using the Monado as Shulk's talent art in Xenoblade 1. And as opposed to being like a single attack or just one function like it would be in this of just, you know, do that one talent art. Instead, you click the Monado thingamabob and it comes up with all your Monado arts and which one you want to do. And, you know, use them to get you out of whatever tricky situation. Since Shulk's down B, the visions, they, how they work in Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is they are both a story mechanic and a game mechanic. So as part of the story, Shulk can see the future, and sometimes that can be into like the pretty far future. More often it's like the near-ish future. He can see what's gonna happen and he can try to change it. Not only is it used in the story, but they use it in gameplay as well. So sometimes you're in the middle of battle and the game will like switch to vision, and it's like in 12 seconds this enemy will like one-shot one of your allies, and now, you know, the vision ends, and now you have this timer at the top right corner that shows that like once 12 seconds passes, that slowly goes down, they're gonna one-shot one of your allies. And it's like, okay, what do you do to change this from happening? Usually that comes down to using a Monado art a lot of the time. Maybe you want to give one of your allies Monado speed and maybe they can dodge the attack. Maybe the enemy is using a talent art and you can use Monado shield to defend against it. Maybe the enemy is currently broken and you can use a topple art that'll topple them, get them on the ground, and then they're not going to be able to do that anymore because you freaking sat them on the ground. So it's really cool how like the visions are both used like story-wise and gameplay-wise. Unfortunately, it's not done in Xenoblade 2. There is the idea of visions used in the story as well in Xenoblade 2, otherwise known as like Foresight, which Mithra also uses in Smash as like the better dodges essentially. But unfortunately, it's just a story thing in that game. It's not a gameplay thing as well, and there's nothing like that in this game, but it would have been really cool. I'll still always have like a major respect for Xenoblade 1 for incorporating that in a really fascinating gameplay way, where it's like, yeah, you're about to get screwed in this much time, figure out how to not get screwed by the time that timer ends, you know. I feel like I've helped you to discover a new obsession. Would highly recommend some Xenoblade Chronicles. They're real fun there. But yeah, to be honest, you got into Xenoblade because of Pyra and Mithra, because that's who you main. I main Pyra, Mithra, and Pokemon Trainer. Because 1, I love Pokemon in Xenoblade Chronicles. 2, I have fun playing those switching characters. And 3, I think it's really funny to say I have 5 mains in Smash. You know, I main Squirtle, Ivysaur, Charizard, Pyramithra. Those are my Smash Bros mains. So there's that. Also, the way that the arts work in the various games is a bit different. And Xenoblade 1 is a little bit, you know, it's probably the clunkiest of them all. It's not super duper clunky. It's just the other ones are like way better. Yeah, there's that. How's it going there, Eagle? And yeah, that's a good reason to be main in a character as well. In Xenoblade 1, how you navigate your arts is when you start a battle, your arts are at like the bottom of the screen, and you basically have to cycle them left and right with a D-pad and press A to use them. So it's like you can do it, but you know, it's a little bit of a hassle, and it uses the same system in Xenoblade X on the Wii U. But in Xenoblade 2, they were like, what if they just have like all the face buttons assigned to a different art, and then like the D-pad assigned to like switching blades that changes what active arts you have. And then Xenoblade 3 did a similar thing where the bottom right arts are all the face buttons. So like Redemption AoE heal is Y, for example. Saber Slash area heal is X. Like it's all the face buttons here like that. And then the thing on the left side there is the D-pad. So it's like pressing left would be interlink, and then multi-blast, myopic screen, advanced cooldown would be like the 3 there. So you don't get, in Xenoblade 2 and 3, you don't get as many arts as in Xenoblade 1. Like you had the most arts in Xenoblade 1, since, you know, you have like 8 that you cycle from in the talent art in the center. But they're way easier to use in 2 and 3, since it's literally just like the face buttons and the D-pad. You can use any one on the fly without needing to like cycle. The cycling system isn't like super bad, but once you start getting into like 2 and 3's you know, face button system is like, oh, this is so much easier, I don't have to cycle, you know. But yeah, and then there's Eagle as maining Ike, Joker, and Roy. Also doing well. Spent the last 3 hours adding the fixes. You want highlight to the video? Sweet. Awesome there. Main Shulk and Pyramithra, but way more of Shulk. Shulk's pretty fun. I play Shulk on the side for fun, but like I'm nowhere near good enough to say that I main him though. In this case, I thought Valdi wouldn't cut it as a commander. Console just decided to appoint him one day, just like that, on a total whim. Having said that, somewhere along the way, he did start to project a bit of leadership. Anyway, yeah, I feel like that's a lot of people with like their Smash mains, where it's like they'll main a certain character from like a series that they've never played and don't know a whole lot about. Like, I've seen memes before where it's like, oh, you're not allowed to play this character unless you know their games, and you know, the meme response is, you know, 50% of people who main X characters being like, wait, what? That's a rule. Anyway,
What the?
that's pointful.
Wait. Robo Buddy is a friendly.
Robo Buddy.
It's this little one's name.
Where'd you pick it up?
Oh, she was strolling about outside.
It must have been on patrol, dude. Did you have to go and drag it in?
It doesn't treat Kevesi as hostiles. Does it not even distinguish between Kevis and Agnes? But why would that be? Some error in the control circuits?
There's no errors here, and she's not broken.
You're conversant with Agnian technology?
No way. Well, I guess I dabble, but there's tons of stuff I don't understand there. That's where I started tinkering with those that I do. First, the question of how Agnian autolevs operate autonomously. I think it's mostly to do with ether signaling, but I figured if we could break it down, we might be able to transmit stuff back to them from our side as well. Anyway, I spent ages racking my brain about it, but if you look at stuff like friend or foe identification, it gets mixed up.
Wait, back up. Are you saying you can control it?
Well, it's not that precise, really. But at least we're friends now. Right?
Is this for real?
If they actually succeed at implementing this at scale.
Yeah. It would turn the rules of engagement right on their sparking head.
Valdi, what are you having Robo Buddy do?
Just moving and disposing of materials. It's still in the test phase, so we're keeping things simple.
And which section is in charge?
That would be the bingo guys. Why?
Why don't I ask you straight? Are you planning to use it as a weapon?
No flipping way. I would never. She's not for fighting. I made friends with her to stay friends with her.
Well, if that's the case, then it would seem you've missed your mark. Your friend seems to have other plans.
Robo-Buddy, why?
No use debating it. Ready arms.
Well, I guess we're fighting the freaking thingamabob, Robo-Buddy. Robo-Buddy's gone rogue. And yeah, the cover arts are really cool. What's really cool about 3 is it's a combination of the cover art of 1 and 2. So in the cover art of Xenoblade Chronicles 1, you've got the Titan, the Mechonis, that's above you, and like the sword of it protruding forward. Xenoblade 2 shows the Urian Titan, and then Xenoblade Chronicles 3 shows the dead Urian Titan and like the Mechonis sword, like right in the middle there. So the Xenoblade 3 box art is literally a combination of the box arts of 1 and 2, which is a really cool touch.
Somebody within Colony 30 has been secretly misappropriating materials.
Misappropriating? What are you talking about?
Look at the Collectopedia card. You said the 3 pillars for your new Levnis were durability, serviceability, and ease of use. However, you'll notice that the materials Robo-Buddy was collecting were waning lapis and venolium. A brittle rock and a highly scarce metal. What ought we to think about that?
Oh, you're right. This isn't what I asked for. But hang on, Alexandria. How did you know to check our Collectopedia cards?
I asked her to. I figured it might help. But it looks like I was right. Do you have any idea who the culprit might be?
Not at all. Maybe it's all just a big misunderstanding.
No, Robo-Buddy clearly turned hostile and attacked us. Which is to say, it must have been under the control of someone other than Valdi.
But what were they after?
Might it have been to make a poison?
Poison?
Yes. Both of those materials contained certain toxic compounds. Of particular note is the lack of identifiable scent or flavor. When mixed in with food, they're nearly unnoticeable.
Well, someone's well read.
Our consul had some shady hobbies, and he liked to talk.
So, what would happen if you swallowed it?
Depending on the concentration, dizziness, numbness, diarrhea, emesis, and in more severe cases.
Ugh, enough.
Oh, fantastic. I managed to retrieve the logs. If we analyze them, we should be able to figure out where it came from. Is that okay?
A-okay by me. We gotta stop the baddies.
All right then. Sorry to use your friend like this.
Looks like the friendship part might have all been in my head. But thanks for thinking of it that way anyway.
Honestly, such carelessness.
Alexandria? You've been looking sad all this time. Is something the matter? Anything we could help with?
I'm used to all this, and I hate it.
Alex? Did you hear me?
It's nothing. You don't have to worry.
All right. Analysis is complete. You can unpack the data whenever.
Good job, Gambert. Why don't you wait here? Commander, I trust I can leave my man with you?
Huh? I thought I'd be going with you.
But there may be other machines like Robo-Buddy. You're the only one who can tell them apart. Let's tackle both threads simultaneously.
Yeah, okay. I'll stay in the colony this time then. Give Robo-Buddy's boss my regards.